Why is friendliness the new form of loving kindness to embrace first in this new age? Now, I'm sure those who are interested in spirituality probably have heard of the name Maitri. And there's been so much that has been painted around Maitri. Some say he's a savior, while others who recognize him and understand him as being a world teacher. But the key lies within his name itself, which a lot of people do not go into details. And this is where I come to share with you guys a little bit more about it. Right? So, Maitreya's name itself has a meaning, and it represents friendship and friendliness. And when we understand friendship and friendliness in terms of a form of loving kindness that is less intense, something that most of us are still able to give freely to other people, other living beings, and it's an attitude which can be embraced by countries as well. And the beauty about friendliness is that it is also a form of detachment, where you do not have to be completely involved, or emotionally vested into this energy of friendliness itself. So why friendliness in our new day and age? In the past, our interactions with each other, let's say thousands of years ago, would probably be face to face. You probably meet an individual, and then from there you have a more personal experience with each other. And therefore it was easier to practice loving kindness to this individual itself. However, in our modern context, in our day and age, we have social media, and most people are just digital signatures now on various apps. And therefore, without being able to ascertain this person, the body language, the voice, and the intent, it's become increasingly difficult for us to practice loving kindness in a modern day. So what then, right? Does it mean that we are hostile to every single person? And unfortunately, that has become the case for most of us. We tend to take on a more protective and a more hostile attitude towards others who come towards us. Now, the birth of embracing friendliness in our daily lives will be the next shift. Shift in our attitudes and shift in our consciousness. So, we should be able to understand how can you exude friendliness within your social interactions, whether it's digital or in person. And this can be as simple as a smile, the way you talk, your body language, and it doesn't require you to give yourself all out to this individual. In a more common way to describe, to show hand, to show all your cards to this individual self. You can keep that part to yourself. And I feel that that's really important because it helps protect us. We know you have to be aware. You are on your journey to spiritual enlightenment, and there are hell a lot of scams going around in this world right now. So friendliness gives you that space in between loving kindness to have better judgment over whoever you are interacting with without the need to be aggressive way at the start. Okay? And when you put it to practical use, now, most of us begin our interactions with anyone, whether it's pets, whether it's people, and it's started through this attitude of friendliness, which is a more gentle form of interacting with people. And most of the time when we are in relationships, right, we fall in love with our spouses, our girlfriends, boyfriends, whatever, and then things just don't turn out right. Most people end up hating each other. However, if you were to be able to consciously ease that into a state of friendliness, you're still embracing a form of loving kindness in your daily life without the attachment. And one of the key transformations of having this attitude versus the previous one of loving kindness, which was practiced 2,500 years ago, I find it really helps one in your personal journey to enlightenment. without needing to take you away from your family almost immediately. Now, with friendliness, you will be able to interact with people and have that level of detachment. Now, how about individuals who are married? You have kids, you have family. Are you going to just simply abandon them and let them fend for themselves and then go on your own enlightenment journey? Now, this is where the energy of friendliness works. It is transmutable. It can transform from a state of loving kindness, the intense one, into a state of friendliness, or from a state of friendliness into a state of loving kindness. So it is this new bridge that is available to us to build our own personal path to enlightenment. And therefore, you can have your family, you can nurture your kids, you can love them, and as they grow up, and find their own families, the emotion of loving kindness needs to be detached, right? And therefore, as our kids starts to get older, they have their own friends, we can ease into becoming their friend. We can ease the relationship as we get older into one of friendship. And then as you are in your elderly ages, pursue spiritual enlightenment. So the journey doesn't need to end suddenly. You can practice all the different parts of spiritual enlightenment before detachment, and then ease yourself in your later ages into this state of friendliness and personal enlightenment. And this is something which I would really, really encourage everyone to practice in your life if you are seeking a journey of inner peace. And honestly, in my personal journey, I found that love doesn't need to be intense. It doesn't need to be a very close relationship. I have been supported by friendship that came from animals, friendship that came from random strangers, friendship that came from people. And so practice friendliness in your daily life. And I'll be sharing more on how you can create this new path towards personal enlightenment, a new stage of personal enlightenment through friendliness itself. So this is Vin sending out love, peace and light to all of you guys out there. Take care.